welcome back to my channel. It is Hillary Jubilee. If you're new, we usually talk about manifestation, conscious creation, and the law of assumption here. And I would love if you would just, get this out of the way, just hit the like button for me. Would really love that. And if you are new, hit subscribe. Would love that too, if you're into law of assumption. If you don't know what the law of assumption is and you're coming from the law of attraction community, check out the video I will link above. Law of assumption basics. What is the law of assumption? If you've never heard of Neville Goddard, that's whose work the law of assumption is based on. And yeah, dive right in if you haven't already into the law of assumption. And let's get into the video. So I wanted to talk about today manifesting what you want and, stepping into the version of you that already has what you want, right? That is, if you want to skip the basics of law of assumption, that is the law of assumption. Assume you already have what you want in imagination and stay faithful to that assumption until it manifests. Assumptions, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So that's Neville Goddard. So with regards to becoming that version of you and stepping into that version of you, it is in imagination, and imagination is the only reality. It's all in imagination. But there are things that you can actually do in your 3D world, habits, tasks, little nuanced things in your life that you can actually do. Everything you do, everything's connected. So everything that you do, all of the habits that you have, all of that stuff is all intertwined, and your habits make up part of who you are. So if you think about the higher version of yourself that has that next level of desires, of things that you want, that person would have certain habits, certain lifestyle, be doing certain things. And some of those things are things that you can actually just do now. So you don't need to wait until you have the money. You don't need to wait until you have your specific person or your partner manifested. You don't need to wait until you have that car. You don't need to wait until X, Y, and Z manifestation has arrived in your 3D to actually take action on certain things. So I'm sure that you have some sort of should in the back of your mind of something that you feel or know that you should be doing if you were to actually show up as the highest version of yourself. So, there's also this whole culture where, just be, and just, don't worry about, don't should all over yourself, and, don't put pressure on yourself. Just be, and that whole idea of relaxing and so there's a fine line between trying to be perfect and being this robot who does everything right all of the time. So there's a fine line between that and then being complacent and stagnant and not doing anything to move forward. So I think there's a balance between those two things where it's if you're not growing, you're dying. And as cliche as it is, you just want to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. So it's a fine line between not taking any action at all and, go hustle culture, right? It's in between. So yes, manifesting is an energy thing, but the actions that you take have energy as well. You're moving physical energy when you're doing certain things with your physical body. So they are all intertwined. You can affect your physical reality with your imagination, and you can affect, your mindset and your imagination and your confidence in yourself and the way you view your self-concept by the things that you do in your 3D, the actions that you take and the little habits that you have every day. So this video is just to, talk about that and how, maybe get your mind thinking on, I'm sure that you have one habit that you would like to drop, and one habit that you would like to pick up. So just think for a second, what would think about what you're trying to manifest. So if that's a specific person, your partner, happy loving relationship, just gonna plug my scripting course. It's linked down below. If you are manifesting a specific person, I do have a course for that, and link that down below if you're interested. So if it's a specific person, if it's that next car, if it's your dream job, your career, your business, travel, money, whatever it may be, like imagine if you had that. Are there certain habits? How does that person show up? So there are different, there's so many different, I'll just give a few options or a few examples of different habits and different areas of life that you might want to think about stepping into a new version of you in. So it might have to do with the way you're eating, right? For myself, I am vegan. So the thing that, I was called to do was to stop eating animal products, because once, I just felt a pull towards that, started getting grossed out and the ick from, dead animal parts. So for me, that was what I moved towards. And then from there, it's like, okay, but there's also a lot of vegan processed and junk food and stuff like that. So it may not be that for you. It may be just eating maybe more vegetables. So whatever feels right to you, but moving towards eating vibrant, healthier foods, whole foods, nourishing your soul's home. Water habits, for example, like nobody is drinking enough water. It's so like you should be drinking whatever it is, 8 cups a day or something like crazy. Like that's one of the things that I need to work on is I do not drink enough water. And I feel like, a lot of people don't. So that's another thing. Water, like get up in the morning, just drink water before you do anything else. Little tasks on your to-do list, so that you keep pushing off. So that might be like an errand you need to run. For me, I wanted to do my taxes every quarter so that it's not a huge job at the end when it's just all of these expenses that you need to go through. It's really tedious and annoying. So I have in my calendar every quarter, I want to do my taxes every quarter, and then I don't do it and I push it off. So it's like things like that, little tasks that you're pushing off, those things, it's like you're out of integrity with yourself when you're not actually following through with what you said you're going to do. So little tedious little tasks like that, if you have a to-do list and you just let it linger there and you don't take care of it, like you're spending your time staring at your phone, or you're spending your time watching TV when you could be knocking those things off. And it's not like hustle, go, go, go. It's like just take care of what needs to be taken care of. And then if you need to relax, then relax. But like that stagnant energy of loose ends, just, it's in the background of your brain and it just takes up space. So closing the loop on things that are, need to be taken care of. So exercise habits. For years and years, I would wish and, lament, oh, I wish I could be the kind of person that was fit. It's like, no one's coming to save you. You gotta like get off your butt and do it. Like those habits build confidence in yourself, and, you evolve into a better version of yourself. So might not be your thing, but if you feel called to it, if you feel, I feel like I should be doing this. I feel like I should, even if it's walking, even if it's, going for a run 2 times a week. I work out at the gym because that's what I like to do. It feels good. I love seeing the transformation. So whatever calls to you, but exercise, it's good for you. It's good for anxiety. Just saying. Meditation. So daily meditation is a great way to be able to, control what goes on in your mind. If you are somebody with racing, anxious thoughts, or anxiety, or panic attacks, or depression, I implore you to try meditation before, going to any other measures with mental health things. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to that, but personally, I love to, use the power that we have within to heal anything, because we have that power. So I'm a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you don't know, now you know. I talk about him on my channel a lot. I love his work. He has amazing meditations, but there's tons and tons of guided meditations on, YouTube. Another thing like that is breath work. I love Wim Hof breath work. So I'm going on a rant, but different spiritual practices. If you pick something and just do it every day, and it's not like, meditation isn't just like, oh, I'm feeling anxious, I need to meditate. It's like, it's a practice. It's like, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm really overweight, or I'm really unhealthy, so I need to go to the gym once and I'll be done. No, it's a lifestyle habit. Like, you go every day. So exercising is something you do on the regular. Same with meditation. It's like a workout for your mind. So it's not like a quick fix. It's part of your lifestyle. You need to daily clearing your mind so that your mind isn't overrun with crap. So you can just like clear some space, and it really, I'm not doing it justice, but meditation will change your life. So consistency with a manifestation routine. So if you're somebody who likes to script or likes to visualize, and you should be visualizing, or whatever, manifestation tool or technique that you like to use, if you like to use one, other than, stepping into that version of yourself and knowing it's done, or imagining, like, if there's something that you feel you should be doing with regards to a manifestation routine, consistency is key, persistence is key. So if you're not persisting and doing something every day and you're complaining that it's not here yet, you might want to, get into the consistency. So screen time, that is a huge one for tons of people, especially myself. It can be hard when, your phone and there's notifications, and then you just all of a sudden you're scrolling there for like 10 minutes and you don't know why you're even scrolling. So you can set screen time, maximums on certain apps, in the settings of an iPhone at least, or just like not looking at your phone until a certain time in the morning, just little boundaries like that, because otherwise your phone is controlling you and it's really unhealthy. And like I said, all of these things are intertwined and connected. So when you have a shitty habit like that and you are just unaware, or you're not in control of, your time and your energy, then your energy is being depleted, and it just affects everything. So like, what would the highest version of yourself be doing? Would they be scrolling mindlessly? I mean, you can still scroll Instagram and like enjoy your social media apps, but like, let's be honest, like most of us are probably on there for longer than we need to be. So your sleep schedule, bedtime, like you should know how many hours of sleep that you need to function properly. If you need to go to bed earlier to get that amount of sleep, if you want to wake up earlier so that you can meditate in the morning, or do a practice like journaling or working out or walking in the morning, not getting up and feeling super rushed, like you just wake up and like that, how you start your day is really important because it sets the tone for the whole rest of the day. So like if you're getting up at the last second and then you're rushing off to work, or you're rushing to like quickly shower and get dressed and then go to work, that rushed energy is like anxious and it's snowballing into every area of your life. So just giving yourself some space in the morning if you need to like sleep. Anyway, sleep schedule, just maybe when I say some of these things, it's triggering like, yeah, I should be doing that. Or yeah, I feel like I should be doing that. Like, just fucking do it. Because if nobody is telling you, if you don't have anyone to tell you, these habits are unhealthy, build healthy habits, because it really will roll into it the rest of your life, because you're showing up ahead of time as the version of yourself, that higher version of yourself who already has what you want, or who already is who you want to be. So the only way you're going to become that person is if you become that person. So you have to start these habits and break your old conditioned, like lazy ways of being. So, and then the last example I had were money habits. So if you have like spending problems where you just like emotionally spend, or yeah, one thing I was going to touch on, I'm not going to go into it because this video is long, was addiction. So like there's different kinds of addiction. Obviously things like drug and alcohol addiction, there's avenues for that where, you can reach out for help to, Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous, or, just reach out to a friend or whatever, like research. If you need help, reach out for help for certain things. But other things that are more maybe subtle that you can possibly, you know, deal with yourself, you know, like I've struggled with addiction myself with certain things. And there's just so many different things that you can be addicted to. And it's rooted in like not feeling worthy or not feeling like a whole, like an emotional lack. And you're trying to fill that void with your addiction. So I'm not gonna go, maybe if you are interested, I'll make a video on that. You can comment down below if you're interested in addiction, but you know, food addiction, chocolate addiction, sugar addiction, you know, just there's lots of different kinds. So things like that, like those types of things, again, like if you're addicted to eating a certain way, like really unhealthily, or binge eating or whatever, that is, you know, you're not showing up as the best version of yourself. That's really unhealthy. And it's actually violence against yourself to continue on in an addiction, because it's harming yourself. So it's not kosher. It's not, you know, for your best interests, and it's not helping you move forward. So anyway, just a little touch on that. So spending habits, you know, if you have like an addiction to shopping or whatever it is, you can overcome that. And, you know, you're stronger than you think. So like I said, all things are connected, right? Everything's connected. So if you're maybe focused on something that isn't here yet, if you're focused on a manifestation that isn't here yet, like where is my stuff? Could you shift the focus away from lack and onto becoming the higher version of yourself? And it could be something as simple as one of those little habits, and you'll build that confidence and you'll believe in yourself that much more every little step that you take to move towards that version of yourself. And you know, you're made up of those little habits. So what would you be doing? You know, how would you be showing up if you already had your desire? Talk to you next time. Bye.